Hello, everyone. We are back with the sessions of the Talks Academy. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Right now, we have a new speaker that is the Shubham Dumbre. So, I'm introducing Shubham Dumbre with you. Right now, he will discuss about the creative editing. That will be a deep thing that you will come to know about the some new forms of the editings and much more regarding that. If you guys want to listen to the first session of the Shubham Dumbre, you can go to the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, and you just need to go to our website, that is www.thetechplatform.com, where you will get each and every videos, recording sessions, everything. Right now we have Shubham Dumbre. I request Shubham Dumbre to just share a screen
Yeah.
for this session to be get started soon.
Able to see my screen now?
Yeah, it's there. So all the
Yeah.
very best, Shubham Dumbre, all the very best, and start your second session.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you very much. So, hello everyone. And today we have a very interesting topic in front of us, that is editing. And last time in the session, we had started with how to edit blogs, that is, how is content editing and what important things we have to keep in our mind while editing content, text, and all. But this time, editing, the word itself has multiple dimensions. And editing will probably scale into audio editing, video editing, you could say photo editing, graphics editing, and also text editing, etc. So the very first thing that comes into picture is how can we understand different formats? Okay. So if I say I have some song that needs to be played, okay. So I'm going to any song, and when I particularly click on these properties, I'm able to see that this is in the MP3 format. So for audio, probably we have a format MP3 that is well known to all of us. Apart from MP3, there are other audio formats which include WAV, WAV, then AAC, Advanced Audio Coding, then OGG, AIFF, etc. So all these audio formats play a very important role in giving us a clearer audio, a clearer music. And with these audio files, when we probably edit different sorts of media, multimedia we call it. So these all multimedia have some or the other kind of audio format that comes into consideration. For example, if we are using some kind of, you could say, audio player. So that audio player, here you could see it's VLC media player. You can use Windows media player, etc. So all these audio players support some or the other codecs and all, and these codecs particularly would be supporting these MP3, WAV, AAC, and other formats. So let's not get more confused. Next thing that comes into picture is the image format, and in images we have different formats. Like, I'll show you some image formats. So if we go to any such kind of an image and we just go to properties, we would find JPEG is one very common format, that is Joint Photographics Experts Group. Also, apart from JPEG, we are well versed with PNG. Then we are also well known to TIFF and other formats. So these image formats also play a very important role in, you could say, various dimensions of multimedia. And there are graphic formats. You might have heard about GIF and all. So all these GIF and etc. formats also come into picture when we particularly edit or create some kind of graphics. And fourth one was graphic and image format. And the last was text. Like last time we tried blogging. So in blogging, we came across different formats. I would give you some examples. Like in here, when we use Word or Excel or PowerPoint to edit different types of text. So particularly when we have any Word program, it will create a .docx file here. And if you use some kind of other operating system, so you could probably be using Linux, or then you would have LibreOffice or some other software. So ultimately, there are many formats that come into picture when we are editing. And editing, in all perspectives, means playing with the multimedia systems and multimedia, what you could say, tools to develop some or the other kind of communication, some or the other kind of interaction between the user and the viewer and the one who is experiencing it.
Hello, you there?
Yes, okay, I'm there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Shubham. Your screen is not visible. Just share your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it okay now? Able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's down there. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can
So
continue.
I'll just continue again.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So basically, multimedia will consist of five different components. The very first is audio, second is video, third is image or graphics, fourth is text, and fifth can be animation formats. We are very well versed with animes. And also, there are some other formats that come into picture. Maybe you would have heard about the zip files, the compression files, and all. So we'll understand each of those, how these all work. Apart from these, there are some special exceptions. One of those is GIS, the Geographic Information System, which we use in maps. And probably also we are well versed with holographic images to prove the authenticity of any book or probably any original copyright. So these all are different kinds of, you could say, multimedia. Those are used very carefully. Those are used very specifically in terms of editing. So I'll take you into those. But before entering exactly into that, I would like to walk you through some common terms that come into picture when we speak of editing. Editing, I will cover all the, you could say, important concepts regarding editing in terms of all the above mentioned things. So the very first one that comes here is recording. So what is recording? As now you could see this session is being recorded. So it is just like shooting or capturing some frames, or you could say a continuous frame motion picture, and that is what we could define recording with a, you could say, background score or audio that is coming into the same thing. Noise. What is noise? So any kind of disturbance that disturbs this particular recording, or you could say disrupts the normal flow of this particular recording, can be termed as noise. Then in images, we saw that you could say 4:3, or you could say 1080p px. What is this? So these are pixels. So in images and videos, probably we'll come across this. I'll show you how you can have a look at the pixels. So if we go to any video clip and we go to details, we'll find the pixels there, as in what is the width and height, how many pixels is it taking, and all everything would be given here. And bit rate. So now what is bit rate? Bit rate is how fast the video is particularly loading, as in how many bits is it processing per second. So it is particularly calculated in kbps, that is kbs per second. Format. Now the format of this video is a MP4 video, so we already know what it is. Apart from format, there are some other things. The very first thing is dimensions. So what dimensions or size it is about. So this video particularly is of 1.2 GB, 1.02 GB. And what is the speed of this video? So this video is particularly a normal one because it is running at 30.01 frames, that is 30 FPS. FPS means frames per second, and in frames per second we can have various frames per second calculations. There are 24 FPS, 29 FPS, 30 FPS, etc. So this is having 30 FPS. And score. So what is the background music of that particular video or something? That is background score. Then we'll go to trim, cut, and edit. So better if I open any editing software and then walk you through this, because this will take some hands-on to get familiar with. And this is Sony Vegas Pro, which is loading at this point. Till then, we'll continue. So trimming is like cutting or deleting the unwanted part and just keeping the needed one, the required one. So this is how a video editor particularly looks like. So basically, it has you could say an editor platform, a screen where you could see what all things are being done, and here is all the media can and everything from which you can insert media files and etc. So here you would find the project dimensions are 1920 into 1080 and into 32, and the what you could the bitrate is 29.9 fps again. Okay. And the preview is a small screen, so it is 480 into 270 pixels. So the video which would be created, I'll show you some created video files, because video editing requires a good machine, very good RAM configuration, maybe also graphics at times whenever you are playing with some intensive, you could say, video files and formats. So I'll show you some rendered videos, and we'll also try a small video editing here. Then conversion. Now for conversion, from MP4 to MP3, if I, for example, I have a video clip and I have to convert it to audio, so I'll be using some software that can convert a file from one format to other. So one such open source software that we have and is very widely used is you could say Handbrake. So I'll show you how this will work. For example, if I select this video and I open this, so it will just scan it out, And now which format do I want this? So now this is a video file again. So this video file can be changed into different, you could say, formats. So if I don't need any video file, I just need an audio file. So I can just look at this part and I can change whatever configurations I want. So these are the different, you could say, kbps calculations. So 160 kbps is something that has been set, and it is a AAC audio with 128 kbps, and bitrate quality etc is given here. So I can just look at this, and then the selection behavior, I can make whatever the necessary settings are, and just browse it out. That's how my file would be generated as this M4V format. So I can change formats. I can probably take one format to other, or maybe if I want to create it specifically for some devices, I can think of those and make that possible. If I want to probably add some filters or go with some higher bit calculations like H264, H265 and all. So it is all allowed using conversion software. So one of those widely used conversion softwares or an open source software that is freely available is Handbrake, that you can use, and it is really fantastic. I'll show you some output videos once we proceed ahead. After convert, we have filters. So we all are well versed with filters, as we know that filters particularly would take one image and convert it into some kind of, you could say, different image, and it would give some kind of a shape or color or clarity that would make it more attractive. We are well versed with Instagram filters and also such kind of things are known as filters. Then we go to patch. So what is a patch? For example, now let's try a patch. I'll show you. So Audacity is one software which we use to edit music. So I'll just import one file. For example, if we take any song, just a sec. Yeah. So I take a very interesting song. So we just have this file with us now, and when we play this file, so it will be something like this. I hope you all are able to listen to the audio. Now suppose I think of cutting this audio. Okay. So particularly I'll just select how much I want, and then I'll just click on cut. So it has cut. Now just listen to the same music. You saw that? So I just cut a patch. I just cut a small part of that particular music. Now if I want to go back again, here also you can use your old controls, that is Control Z, Control V and all. So again that patch is back. So this is how I can trim, that is cut, delete the unwanted part, and I can again test it if I want to be sure that yes, it is done accordingly. See, you can hear that it is a continuous song. Okay, so that's how this whole thing works. If you want to record some narrations or things, you have different features here, like recording a track or probably narrating some kind of stuff, and you can add this all a rendered file to the video, which we will be editing in software using a video editor like Sony Vegas Pro. There are multiple other softwares also that can be used, like Adobe Premiere Pro, then Adobe After Effects and all. So I'll walk you through all those. Fine. So that's how you edit any audio file. If you want to probably give some more effects, so you can change pitch, you can amplify it, you can echo it. So I'll just play with some to showcase it. So probably if we want to just give a left and right effect. See, I am able to hear that. So when you hear it carefully, you will listen to different changes.
Oh, out of control, auto.
Now if I want to particularly edit or transpose this track, or I want to probably change the pitch, fine. So I should select how much file do I really want to change the pitch for. Fine. When I just select and I want to change the pitch part, so it's from F. Now if I go to A, and now it's okay. Now let's play the song. Yeah. Here again, pitch and all things will change. Again, if you want to probably repeat, change pitch, or probably apply some curve or normalize, all these things are possible here. Reduction. So you can try those. I don't think that you all will be able to hear the change at this point because this is getting streamed on online thing, but when you try this yourself, you'll get to know what exactly is happening here. Okay, so shooting, clicking, capturing, all you know about that. Then we go to some. Now let's try with some video parts. So now if I want to particularly select or create a new project, so what will be the config? Probably it will be 1080 pixels with 60 will be, and 29 will be my FPS. Height and width will be 1920 and 1080. That's how. So probably I can select different formats, but NTSC is one most used format normally, and where should be the location. Okay, so once I have done this, now I have to import files. So probably importing files in the sense I have to get files from some storage or probably my hard disk and all. Once my project is ready, whatever file I take out would be known as the exported file. So from media, I'll be selecting a video. Now I have kept one video for us here, which we are supposed to edit. Yeah, so probably we'll take this video now. It takes some time to import the file because it depends on your processor and all. How much is it busy and all. So it's still not taking in. But particularly you can import any file, and I'll just take a smaller file probably. Yeah. Yeah, so it has imported this file. Yeah. Now I want to add it to this particular editor section. Yeah, so this is my very first section, and now I can see that whatever video I am trying to edit is all being displayed here. Now if I play this video, so it is being played. You can see the difference. Now if I want to say that I don't want this starting portion, probably I should cut this video. Yeah. So if you want to add something else apart from the start which we have given, you want to add some introduction. So you can add that introduction part from this point. You want to add some video. For this video, yeah, it is getting imported. Yeah, so I'm just keeping that video file again here. Yeah. Now this time what is happening is like this is an image video, and the first video which we were editing was a video that was short. When you're trying to edit videos, probably you will need to keep your RAM very you could say free. You understood something about audio, you understood something about video. Now we'll also enter into one interesting software, that is Blender, which can be used for 3D video editing. Yeah, we can create wonderful effects with Blender. So let's see if, for example, if we're going with 2D animation or we are going with general. Now even Blender will require considerate amount of RAM and all. So you can particularly draw anything here, and then you can just shape with the axis part. So this is how, if you change axis, it will show you how it looks from all the angles. And if you want to give it some kind of different effect, probably if you want to erase, like just like paint and all. But this is a very advanced version because it has all 3D controls. So you must be very careful while using all these. Yeah, that's how this is a sheet, creative sheet probably, that can be used. If you just want to change the camera color or something like that, you can just rename the things. And if you want to draw something probably, so you can draw your things here. If you are comfortable with it, you want to render this image, particularly the image rendering thing would come in here again, and it would show what exactly have we drawn. And it is so clear that even the smallest pixel can be noted here. Yeah, so I don't want to render this at this point. So that's how Blender canvas will work. It has a 2D canvas and 2D animation thing. So probably if you want to run this, I have not animated here anything at this point, but this can be used for complex animations, probably e-learning and all. So Blender is one open source tool that can be used for editing and animating a lot of things. I'll show you some edit samples with Blender, what we have made. Yeah. Now after Blender, the most important things that come are merge. Now when I took two video files, what was I doing? I was merging two files. Like for example, if I see I'm importing a new media project here now, I go with this first project. Yeah, And if I go with another project, now here again from media, I go to this one. Yeah. So the first file is being rendered. Second one is also being as an imported from the hard drive. It will come into the, you could say, resource panel, and from that resource panel we can use it in the video part. So firstly, if I want to have this video down here, yeah, yes, that is my first video. If I take this and I place it here, so what am I doing? I'm combining two videos, and when we play this, combined output would be something like this. Yeah, I'm just playing it for you all. Yeah. So that's how the whole part would look. Like it is combined. Okay. Now, if I want to add something in between, that while this video one is done and I want to add something here, so I can add some effects, or you could say probably a transition or kind of a thing. So you can add anything. Here you have multiple things, so you can just try. I'm not rendering it at this point because it is not allowing me to process much. But this is how you can add in you can combine, as in when you are editing any presentation, a PowerPoint presentation or something like that. When one slide goes, another one comes. In between, you have a transition. Similarly, in videos also, you can use multiple transitions, probably similar transitions, but these transitions are more at a higher level, more at some more dimensions than compared to the 2D presentation things. And yeah, that's how the whole process would look. So this was one video. I'll just full screen it for y'all. So this was one video which was edited using Sony Vegas Pro, and yeah, so it's a bike ride. It's so the background music that is running at this point is the background score. This was shot on a simple mobile camera, and the correction that you can see with color is color correction. So it was shot in the morning, so probably lights were not that bright, but still we did it, and that's how edit was done. Now you saw that transition from first frame to second. Again, the third frame comes in. While shooting, we have taken all the points into consideration, that how we can make it more interesting, and that's how everything looks here. So you can just have a look. That's how frame rates are to be managed. If you have extra conditions like weather and all, you can capture those very carefully, minutely, and edit music. Whenever you are shifting angles, it should not be like, it should be a seamless effort probably. It shouldn't be like you are just putting in two frames altogether. It should look like, yes, it is a seamless effort, and yeah, it was shot in one frame itself. So now when you look at this video, particularly, you're not able to say that when the next frame would come in, because all are managed in such a manner. This looks like a game particularly. You will see the effect now. Yeah. So this was like a bike ride, and you could say a vlog, and where I tried to just edit something. Yeah. That's how camera frames would change. So that's one example how videos can be edited. If you are editing some kind of celebrations, or you could say a multi-gathering video, there would be a lot of noise that would come into picture. Yeah. So the most important thing that you have to avoid there is that you don't need to keep an attention at all points. You just need to minute the noise that comes here, like something like this. Look at this. So here I have entered in a lyrical song, that is a Christmas song, and the rest is noise. So the audio files have been muted. So this is how you can play with audio and video all together. Fine. So some celebration videos can be made. If you are very good with images, probably a photographic video, then you can just embed in some photographs and have it on a frame rate. Now images can be either vertical, horizontal, any images, or any would be fitting in this particular frame. So you have to decide your frame ratio in such a manner that every image will be fully visible and it won't get cut in any format. So that's how this will work. Okay. If you have any interaction video that particularly has a lot of noise, you can also try something like this. Yeah. So that's how live videos can be made. That's how fun videos can be made easily. And you can watch all these videos on my profile. So that's how videos are most importantly, like you're depicting a story, you're giving out a story, and that needs to be taken by the one who is viewing it, who is watching it. He or she should get that experience. And you can create seamless experiences by just editing it to the right point with wonderful music. I'll show you one complete video as we'll proceed ahead in 5 to 6 minutes from now, and in that video we'll give you a complete picture how videos are professionally shot, how they are edited, and how it can create and showcase what we actually want to convey to people by giving them different kinds of editing altogether. In that video particularly, you will come across all sorts of multimedia editing, that is audio, video, graphics, text and all. So I have kept that video particularly for the last, and that's a very special video also. Apart from that, if you are editing some kind of short films and all, so for short films and all, you will need a higher end software. So you can use Adobe softwares also. So this was done with Adobe Premiere Pro. So here, this was a short film which was sent for a national competition. So you can see differences, the clarity here. If you want to try something new, you can try this. Like the clarity, bit rate, color correction, everything here looks good. This being you could say a short film, also has time constraints. So accordingly, you have to create short films, and that's how everything would work in. I'll show you one demonstration video, but it was fantastic. So I just thought of showcasing this in this particular session of ours, because it is like a combination of various superhero movies. So I'll just show you a small part of that. Yeah. So you can create immense, fantastic, and wonderful experiences by editing such kind of stuff. And for that, probably you will need some tools. So I'll just give you a small list of such tools. I'll just create a small notepad file here. Yeah. Again, this is a text document. So I'll say this as software. Yeah. So the very important softwares that would play a crucial role would be, that's how this is the basic sheet that you would need for trying with any such kind of editing softwares and all. And now after this, you got to know how Audacity works. Probably this is for audio. I'm not saving this file. If you want to try with text, so you saw Notepad also itself is a text editor again. So that's how Notepad will work out. There are other softwares and other extensions with Notepad. If you are like more into programming and stuff, you might be well versed with brackets and Notepad++. those softwares are also good for editing stuff. For presentations and all, you have all Microsoft products, LibreOffice products and all. If you want to compress or convert or probably take one format to other or increase quality, decrease quality, size and all, you can use Handbrake, one of the most efficient softwares for conversion. If you want to try with 3D graphics and all, you can use Blender. And if you want to edit some videos, you can of course try Sony Vegas Pro. It is a fantastic software. And now I would just like to showcase you one real video which was live, which is short live, and it showcases my journey. So I'll just show you that because it will connect with you all and how everything went off, how we started with our small journey and now how it is growing big is what this video tries to convey. So you have a look and then say that yes, you definitely got to know at least some highlights from this video clip. So I'm showcasing you the whole video now. Yeah. So this video particularly showed you everything what all we discussed in this whole session. The last part which it showcased was it was graphic from this point. This was graphic. The music that is running in the background has been edited. That is audio editing. The images which you saw in between the images, like photo editing and graphics, and in between you saw all clips, different clips, and these all clips showcased were the various videos. Those were shot with different devices. It looked like a continuous video just because the color correction and minute, you could say, detailing was done carefully, and that's the only reason it gave you like a story experience. Particularly, like it showcased something. It conveyed a lot of things all at once in just a one small video. Now, when you look at this video, you would see that this is the size for this particular video, the whole size, and probably what is the length, then dimensions, kbps. It was a 30 fps video, and all the audio sampling rates and what mono, audio, stereo, etc. has been done here. So even the whenever video file is created, all details like when it was created and all, everything is noted in the history part. So that's how you can see we can probably convey stories. We can you could say create sessions and all. If you want to have a look at some webinar videos and all, so these videos can be recorded using on-screen video recorders. I'll just show you some good videos. Yeah, so if you have any, so now this webinar particularly also is like a webinar video that is being shot live and it would be streamed everywhere. But webinar video particularly comes with a lot of, you could say, disturbances like the network connectivity issues and all. So you can particularly record a whole webinar and then just create it in a small teaser kind of a thing, what exactly happened, how people asked questions. So this is how the new way that is coming now. So this is the new way that is now coming into picture. If you have a interactive talk webinar, so you can also record audio, and this online webinar recording thing is like very clear because yes, of course, you have many constraints. Those are under your control, like the noise and all other different parts. So that's how all this thing comes. If you have something related to mic and all, so you have to be very careful while editing with audios with mic and all, because those might crack. So that's how when you edit with mic and all, there is a kind of noise that comes in the background. So you can hear this noise in the background. So you heard that small noise that's like that continuously follows whenever you're editing videos with mic, that is recorded with mic videos and all. And whenever, particularly when you have a continuous video like this one, so you can showcase journeys with this. So you can create such experiences. You saw the same video in VR1, but this video again will give you some different dimension, and that's how whole thing combinedly works. And for any, you could say, graphic one, you can create such a wonderful design using Blender and other softwares. So this can be done using Blender and very high-end graphic softwares. That's how different types of videos can be edited using the softwares which I just gave you. I gave you the list in the notepad part. Yeah, so you can use any such software, even Handbrake for conversion. You can use Handbrake. These all softwares, almost I think except Photoshop and After Effects and Sony Vegas Pro, rest all are like mostly free. So you can easily get those with an open source license. And that's what I could say. You can edit seamless videos and audios, and also that's how we have like recorded all our journey here. If you don't have very clear videos, probably you can use some, with some help of graphics, you can play. So that's how you can just put that particular frame into small, you could say, display kind of a thing, and you can showcase that thing so that it looks like a continuous one. If you have this, If you are editing something like this, so this is how you can start, and at the end you can showcase whatever you want to show. If you have probably some video which is uh, you don't know, like if you are two people who are conducting a webinar and you are not together sitting in a one room, still you can manage that coordination. So that's how some recent webinars were taken. And I think if you have any live interaction videos, yeah, this is a very smart move. Actually, while playing the music, you can just edit and keep some part of the music low while having the original video audio, that is the audio in the particular video that was recorded live. So look, have a carefully look this. Yeah. So that's how you can take down and take up the video parts, and you can also create some echo effects and other effects whichever you want to with these all softwares which I have just noted down. So if you want to have a screenshot of this particular thing, you can just have it. And I think next time when we meet, we'll enter deep dive into more effects and all, because I don't think the time frame right now is allowing me to take you all through all those, because there's a lot to cover. But don't worry, we'll edit such videos next time when we meet. Before that, if you have like some samples which you want to share with me, like you have edited some new using these softwares or some other softwares, so I would definitely like to have a look at those, and then we can take it ahead. So I hope I could give you some important softwares. I hope I could give you some important points, like how editing can be used to convey. And today, in today's world, probably when we are using reels and all softwares, like Facebook Reels and other softwares, these all softwares are like very very automatic. Like they automatically edit with some good music and all. But somewhere or the other, the original video, what we actually shoot, is the reality, and that reality, when it connects with us, then such original creations win some awards. So I would say, try to create, try to innovate, try to particularly, I would say, edit more and more videos, more and more stuff, so that your hand becomes more powerful in terms of editing and all. If you have any birthday celebration, so recently one of our professor had his birthday. That's how you can edit such you could say videos. If you particularly want to edit some what you could say, like just a small short video, you can particularly showcase some videos like this. So that's how and if you have some live videos, so you can also showcase. That's how it can create wonderful experiences. And I don't think that everything will be covered at this point, so I'll keep something for the next time. And I would just like to thank you all for being a kind audience. I hope you all enjoyed this session. If you all have any questions, you can just mail me on yeah, you can just mail me on this, or else you can just visit yeah, you can visit my blog also, where you can find all my work, so that you can get inspired and probably create something of your own. And to have a look at all my professional work, yeah, you can visit these websites. You can find all creative inputs. Yeah, so it is loading the first link, and you go with Delta. Yeah. So here you can find all my masterpieces, where all videos and all whichever I showcased sometime before. You can find all videos here, and that's how you can be curious to know how editing and everything can be like effective to convey stories and all. Yeah. So that's this, and Delta will particularly take you through my professional work. So whatever video you saw here, everything is like depicted here. If you want to get in touch, you can just fill in this form and come. We can discuss and create some projects together. Also, I would like to thank the Tech Platform. So the Tech Platform particularly has really helped us to like share our knowledge and expertise with everyone, and it's really interesting with the Tech Platform to regularly collaborate and come up with multiple events. So you would find all such wonderful stuff on the Tech Platform. So I hope you would visit and probably sign up for more videos and contribute to the society with your knowledge. With this, I would like to thank Sophia for hosting me once again, and I'll definitely like to join once again sometime in future and share my knowledge ahead. Yeah, Sophia.
Hi, Shubham. It was a great pleasure that you gave your special time to us. And it was
Thank
a
you.
very good thing to learn something new from you. For example, the creative editing. Many people don't know that what actual it is. It looks simple, but it is not.
Yeah.
Many people think, see, editing is, yeah, you can do this and you can do that. It is a very simple thing. But when you go inside that editing part, then it is very broad. It is very wide. You can know more about when you go for one thing, you can go second, third, fourth, fifth, and this. And I thank you, so that I hope that many students or many other experts learn something more about you, something new, that you
Yeah.
can do this with the editing thing also. So guys, this is the second session of the Shubham Dumbre with the creative editing, and next will be on, you can say, in another week or another month. We will update you regarding everything, regarding the sessions, regarding everything. You guys just need to subscribe us at www.thetechplatform.com, and you can also follow us on the social media sites at the Tech Platform. So for now, we will just be end this session, and
Yeah.
we will guys update you for everything. And it was a pleasure, Shubham, that you gave your time.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you very much. Thank you, the Tech Platform.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.